had a great Global Forum Productivity Conference this year where we focus on the impact of human capital on productivity. We know that human capital, education, skills is one of the big factors why productivity has declined, and so that's why it's so important that countries really do invest more in skills and reskilling. We also talked about the impact of AI. We have an exciting new paper estimating the impact of AI on productivity in the next 10 years. In the next few days, we're going to present this paper. We also discuss the impact of the green transition. And overall, we had a fantastic discussion with presenters from all over the world discussing what countries should do in order to boost productivity.
I think the challenge to the economy after COVID is to understand that the economy has changed. Before COVID, the economy invested a lot in tangible assets, buildings, trucks, planes, ships. But now the economy looks much more intangible: software, business processes, design, R&D. Indeed, the vaccine, which saved us all, was an amazing piece of R&D. So what we need to do is to make sure that we adapt our institutions to encourage the intangible investment, which is going to drive productivity in the future.
Donc, une action prioritaire serait notamment du côté de l'éducation, de continuer à lutter contre le décrochage scolaire, de continuer à lutter contre les stéréotypes de genre et à fournir plus d'informations sur l'orientation, sur les perspectives et également des modèles, notamment pour les filles, qui permettent de s'orienter vers ces carrières scientifiques et entrepreneuriales.
Productivity is a really important topic for maintaining overall standards of living across OECD countries. Productivity is really about creating good jobs and investment in OECD countries. Within Canada, we see skills and training as absolutely fundamental because a skilled workforce is ultimately more productive and can create innovative ideas and entrepreneurship opportunities for the future.
Well, it's a hot topic, and I think we have a lot of optimism about the future. In the short term, we have some real adjustment costs. There's going to be some short-term pain that we have to get through, but the hope is that as we work through the process innovation and the product innovation, and we get all the management practices together in the long term, we will see some benefits across a lot of dimensions of productivity and hopefully an inclusive outcome for everyone.
Everyone broadly agrees that in the long term we'll see some positive impacts. We'll see new ways of using energy and benefits from possibly access to very cheap energy in companies. But the difficult part, and what everyone is getting grey hairs about at the moment, is how to get there. And I think one of the key points for me is that something that works in Denmark doesn't necessarily work in the same way in other countries. We've chosen one way of doing it in Denmark, and for other countries you have to take into account local factors.
It is important to have better measures in order to identify how the productivity growth has been distributed across different groups. In addition to that, I think that governments need to pay important attention to inclusiveness programs to make sure that disadvantaged groups, as women and less skilled workers, receive education and be able to incorporate to the labor market.
I can't wait for next steps of research, and I can't wait for the next year's conference of the Global Forum Productivity, so stay tuned.